Hello and welcome back to the program. I am once again your host, Joe. We're going to play more Final Fantasy VI. When last we left off, I died fighting some dinosaurs. And between then and now, I went back and I fought more dinosaurs. So people learned some things. I gave Shadow the experience egg, so he would gain hit points. So he would gain experience points much faster. Technically, I wasn't incorrect. He did also gain hit points much faster. I gave him the Espertorado so that he could get some health. I noticed his hit points were a little low, compared to the rest of the group anyhow. I took off the sprint shoes, because obviously on the world map you don't run any faster wearing sprint shoes. Let's have a rest. I Googled, and it turns out this is random. So, like, I could come in and I could take a rest, and I might get another dream, I might not. Speaking of dreams, oh my god, this fucking winter has been ridiculous. No proof needed more than the fact that I had a dream that it was just fucking warm out. You know winter has had an odd effect on you when you're having dreams that it's warm, and you don't gotta worry about, like... Oh, yes. Yahoo! We did it, Clyde. 1,000,000 GP. What a blast. I love this. Guess it's time to change our name. Our name? We need something more appropriate. Such as... Shadow. Not bad, huh? Great train robbers of the century. Shadow? There we go. Yeah, you know winter's had a profound effect on you when you're just like, man, it would be nice if it was warm out. And the worst part is that I know when it gets warm out, I'll have like a month of rare, decent, good temperature, and then heat wave. I know when it's warm out, like when it's sweltering hot, like 30 plus degrees, I'm usually like, oh man. What I usually say is, you know, in the winter, you can at least bundle up when it's cold, but in the summer, when it's hot, you can only take off so much. I think I'm starting to come around. Cold is as uncomfortable, and I can't bundle up my hands and still work at the computer. And cold costs money. I gotta put money into the furnace. You know, not like actual cash, but you know. Oil is not cheap. And that's what the furnace runs on. God, I wish we had like a heat pump, because they're a lot more, you know, economical. I'll put it that way. And I wouldn't have to worry about the fucking oil tank running empty. Because that is a very real concern sometimes. It has happened, and when that happens, you gotta pay a fee to get a technician to come in and bleed the furnace line and restart everything, and it's such a pain, and I'm so over it. There's no need for that. It's the 21st century. Why am I burning dead dinosaurs to heat my house? I'll tell you why. It's because the house is old and the landlord was cheap. Open your eyes. I'm scared. Is this my blood? You're gonna be okay. I've let you down. I'm sorry. Save your strength. We're almost to town. You don't have to pretend. I know I've lost too much blood. Get going. I'm gonna slow you down. But you want to get caught? Before you go, you have to use your knife. What? Think what they'll do to me if I get caught. I don't want to go through that. Do me this favor. Are you shaking? I can't believe it. You're acting like a coward. Come on, you weakling. Grab a knife and... I can't. Clyde! I'm sorry. Clyde, how dare you? Maybe I shouldn't have given him the Barney Fife. Not that I think it really matters. That's clearly the end of that character, right? Or is it? He's running in and out to get story. Yeah, with the whole situation with the... Here's the thing, is that I know, obviously, there's, you know, the war in Ukraine with Russia, and obviously people are not importing Russian oil now, and so the price of oil has shot up. Ooh, here we go. Hey, stay with me now. Where am... A small village called Thama. Hang in there. It's nice that they gave him a custom sprite, but they didn't give him like a lay down thing. If he had just fucking collapsed there, that would have really... He's very wounded when he walks into town. But yeah, there's this war going on, and obviously people are boycotting Russian oil, so nobody's importing from the country. Their economy is fucked, but let's be honest, they're not really banking on economy for this. But like, the oil we're using, that's already been dug up. There's actually not really a real reason for this much of a price increase. It's just the oil companies want to make more money, and they have been posting record profits. You know? It's kind of fucked up that they can just charge so much money for whatever they want. God, I was not keeping an eye on when I started this. I have no idea. I'm gonna assume it was, at the top of the hour. So this has been going for maybe 8 minutes? 8 minutes running in and out? Yeah, I could see that. Now the thing that sucks is I will need... Alright, there's... Okay, there are 2 items you can get. There's the Moogle Charm, and then there's also, I think the Charm Bracelet it's called, that lets you avoid attacks, or avoid fights altogether. And you get 1 of each, I believe. So, like, the final area, Kefka's Tower, you need to split into 3 parties. And right now I have, like, 2 parties worth of people who are well-geared and well, like, leveled up and have actual magic. I may need to do some grinding. You know, and let's be honest, grinding is best done off camera. But I may have to do it anyway, just to get, you know, Realm and Strago and, I guess lock up... And Setzer, I suppose. Cyan could learn more magic. Usually I leave Locke at home, because his moves are so niche. But, like... Okay, Umaro can hit like a truck. I will give him that. And Gao, if you get the right shit, will be OP. But I didn't get the right shit for him, and I don't know at this point what the practicality is of running around on the Veldt with him hoping to run into stray cats. You know, there's... There's only so much you can do to make that guy useful. Oh no, he's something I can do. There is Gao's story. I totally forgot. Alright, after I finish up the dreams here. After I finish the dreams here, we'll go do that. I know you got one more dream in you. Come on, Shadow, have a nightmare. I don't understand why he has these nightmares in the Doma Castle Inn and only the Doma Castle Inn. Is it because this place has, like, the Dream Stooges? And therefore it has psychic energy or something? I don't know. I can only... Maybe he's just having these nightmares here because maybe it's a train from Doma Castle that he robbed. Cyan did say they had a railway at one point. I like that after the end of the world, nobody was like, hey, you know what? There's a whole castle over there that's empty. I'm gonna move in. Why don't we tell the kids in Mobliz, hey, there's a whole castle over here, why don't we fly you over? Like, this would be so much better than living in that hovel they're in, right? We'll bring Sid along, he can oversee rebuilding the place. Like, there's so many small things you could do to improve so many different places in the world. And they don't let you do that. You just gotta run around and, fight things. What temperature is it out right now, I wonder? According to my phone, it's 16 degrees out. Which is significantly warmer than the single digits it's been all week. No wonder I'm hearing so much traffic out. People must be out for their, for rides on motorbikes or something. Because it does sound very motorbike out there, and I know that bikers love to get any opportunity to hit the road. Having grown up in a very motorbike-friendly household, I know these things. I have the strangest power of all. I can identify a Harley-Davidson from smell alone. If you want me to substantiate that, no. I know there's one more. Come on, Shadow. What, do I need to feed you cheese before bed or something? Is he just not sleeping? Is he just laying in bed like, oh my god, I've been in this bed for 24 of the last 24 hours. We get up, we take 5 steps, we turn around, we go back to bed. Who could sleep under these circumstances? I don't know. Certainly not me. I also need to think about what movie I'm gonna watch. I need to do that soon. I'm recording this on the 20th. And, it's, I think I only have the one more Wednesday, don't I? Should I just reuse the script I did for the, second half of that 2-parter episode I was planning on doing? Can I squeeze out an episode from Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings? We'll see. By the time this episode goes out, I think that'll already be up. Check my calendar here. No, okay, there's 2 more Wednesdays in the month. I have time. I don't need to scramble at the end of this recording session to figure out movie. But I probably should figure it out soon. I had ideas for, like, what's a good March movie. I figured maybe Hail Caesar would be good. It's a Coen Brothers film. I love their stuff. I haven't watched it yet. George Clooney's in it. I'll watch anything with him, I'll be honest. I've gone to Netflix and just been like, what have you got with George Clooney? I watched something called The American, which is just like he's this spy, for better words, who's just trying to, like, live in Italy, and he gets, like, revealed, and he has to... It's basically Jason Bourne shit, but he knows who he is, you know? Nothing too inspired, but it's George Clooney, he always delivers. So why not, right? No, I got a few films with him that are good, but just fucked up character pieces. I got a film called Up in the Air, which he's in. It's also got, what's her name? She's like sassy on Twitter, and she was Scott Pilgrim's sister. I can't remember her name. That's gonna bug me. But yeah, she's in it, and like George Clooney's character works for a firm that does remote firings. If a company wants to lay off a bunch of workers, they will call them in, and they'll do the firing for them. Because, you know, bosses don't want to be like, well, you know, going to have to let you go, like, face to face with somebody. Because that's awkward. That's incredibly awkward. So he's like a professional firer. You know, they sugarcoat it, and she's supposed to be figuring out the ropes and like how to automate the process. Because, you know, in the 21st century, everything's about automation. We have to do, you know, how can we get a computer to fire these people? And not have them go postal and come back with a gun the next day. God, still. But yeah, it's a whole thing where like George Clooney's character has this fucked up job. His sister's getting married, and they want him to do something for the wedding, and he's like, I hate this. Like he has an address for his mail to go to, but he doesn't live there. He's constantly on the road and like in the air. That's why the movie's called Up in the Air, because, you know, he's above it. He's separate from the world most of the time. He has this whole... He gives lectures sometimes at the airport on how to live just out of a single bag. He's got like... He gives his apprentice, what's her name, a little crash course on how to live this life. She shows up with this luggage, and he's like, okay, so wheels on that are gonna break after like, you know, 2 stops. You want something soft, not hard. Basically, he's just picking apart her luggage, and she's like, what? What's wrong with the luggage? And he's like, you live on the road like me, you're gonna have to figure this out. Like, she doesn't want to live on the road, she wants to automate this shit, that's what she's there for. But he needs to show her how to fire people first. So she can write the algorithm based off of what he does. And the whole time, he's like, so separate from everything. He's like, oh yeah, I never want to settle down, I never want to have kids. You know, I hook up with people while I'm on the road, but I don't get attached. And as he's doing this, he meets a woman who's very much like him. She's constantly on the road. She is always traveling for businesses. They run into each other in the airport occasionally, and they're just like, oh hey. And he ends up like falling for her. And he's like, maybe she's the one. Maybe I do want to settle down and have kids. And I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but it doesn't go too well. You know, he finally meets his match, and it's somebody who also doesn't want shit from life. You know, live in the moment, be separate from the world. Aloofness. That's up in the air. He also did a film called Michael Clayton, which I love. It's really well done. It's kind of a very mundane story about a man who's a lawyer, but he doesn't practice law. He's like... He works for the firm as somebody with connections, basically. He's able to smooth things over. He's able to give rudimentary advice and be like, here's what I think we're going to do in this situation. I hope this episode isn't super boring, because there's nothing happening in these dreams now. Come on, Shadow. I'm going to try leaving the castle and then coming back. Is there anything in that pot? No. Okay. Who's keeping that fire going? You know, leave and come back. But yeah, he works for this law firm that's basically defending Monsanto on, like, charges of your pesticide causes cancer. I'll hit the save. And it's Tom Wilkinson who's like the head lawyer on that case, and he snaps a little bit and like strips naked during a deposition, and it's up to Michael Clayton, George Clooney to go pick up the pieces and like make sure everybody's calmed down. Tilda Swinton is in it. She's like the contact for Monsanto. What am I doing? Yeah, this is just like, it's got a couple of plots going on at the same time. It's got Michael, like, he's lost. He has a gambling problem. And his brother, it turns out, has a drug problem. And they went in together on a bar. And didn't go well. Half the money just vanished with his brother into a needle, I suppose. And he's like trying to pick up the pieces from that. There's like a merger going on with the firm, mysteriously, that people are talking about. And the whole time that's happening, he's like trying to make things work with this other lawyer and he's figuring shit out. It's really good. I don't want to spoil things though. Maybe that is something that is on my to-do for the channel list, because it is honestly one of my favorite movies. It's not like... The plot isn't anything super spectacular, it's just really well shot and really well done. Like, strong character piece, and just... It's grounded and down to earth in what happens, and definitely give it a watch. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere right now. I'm fortunate enough to have the DVD. Speaking of movies, I'm supposed to be watching Turning Red tonight. I think that's tonight. Some friends on Discord want to watch it. I'm just like, you know what? I haven't seen it. I've been avoiding watching any reviews with spoilers. I know the internet is like, I don't like it. But a lot of people are... The people who've been posting, like, I didn't like it, and then giving, like, shitty reasons, like they couldn't relate. There's that whole thing where somebody was like, what 13-year-old girl behaves like this? And, like, everybody is like, I was 13 and I did exactly this shit. Like, fuck you. Yeah, somebody just forgot what it was like to be young at that point. Yeah, it looks like it'll be good. I will give it a fair shot. Obviously, you know, there's people saying that it's meant to, like, you know, appeal to Chinese market. We'll see what happens there. I don't know. It's like I kind of wonder with the Chinese market how welcome Disney even is there. Like, Shang-Chi got banned. That was clearly a Marvel movie that was intended to be like, Chinese audience, please love this movie. We've made it based off of your culture. And they're like, no, fuck you. You know, this is... Disney's the company that puts out Winnie the Pooh. And that's another banned property over in China. Because Xi Jinping is just like, I don't like that bear. People say I look like that bear, and I don't care for it. I wouldn't be shocked if that Turning Red ends up banned as well, let's be honest. God, it's gone for so long that I think, perhaps, I might just say I'm going to keep running in and out of here, and I will pick up and finish the episode when the dream actually happens. So yeah, I think I will do that. So, here we go.
3 hours later.
Okay, so in retrospect, it looks like the last dream doesn't actually happen here, so that whole coming in and waiting and going back out and again thing I've been doing for the last, like, half hour has been for naught. The last dream happened when I rescued him from the Veldt, so I'll have to go back and find that footage and put it in right here. You were having a nightmare. He still is, I think. You came to fetch me, but I won't be coming back. I want you and the girl to live in a peaceful world. Woof. But woof, though. Alright, which means now what do I got left to do? All I got left to do is... I guess we'll get Gao. What's Setzer got to say? Okay. I don't anticipate fighting with them. I'm not even gonna bother, like... Yeah. We are just gonna fly over to here and have a word with this motherfucker. Oh, hello again! Yep, you were the tops. That's why we... Quick, fix that chair! You can use it to reach the roof! You don't suppose... Gao, could this be your father? Oh? Come on, Gao, it's true, right? Father? Yes, this is definitely your father. Gao's father? Oh! Right, let's go tell your father the news. He needs to know you're his son. Yeah, just a minute. We can't go in there with you looking like this. I know. Let's go to Jidoor and give you a makeover.
Era makeover!
No, Gao, don't eat with your fingers. Yao. Don't say yao when you mean yes. Oh. How do you like these? Wait, what about these? Oh, well. Did you say something? No, nothing. Which is it going to be? Oh, this is nice, but do you think it becomes Gao? Well... What? No, nothing. This is it. Me go to funeral? Wait, I think they misappropriated some lines. Perfect. Functional yet sporty. Done. I don't think so. Phew, completely lacking in fashion. Excuse me, sir, could you order some clothes like the ones I'm wearing? Impossible. Setzer, how dare you think of sticking him in that kind of getup? They're gonna fit him for his very first speed suit. Okay, Gao, now any father'd be glad to have a son like you. Whoo! Excuse me, sir. Who in the blazes are you? Oh, the repairman. Sir, you had a son, right? Are you with me? Son? Right. The truth is, he's alive. Come here, Gao. Father! What is this? What's this son business? I never had a son. But now that you mention it, I once had a terrible dream. In it, a demon child was born. I grabbed the creature, rushed off to the Veldt with it. It was crying like crazy when I arrived on the Veldt. But sir... I left the child there, and without looking back, I turned and started to run. I'm trying to tell you. Suddenly, the crying stopped. I turned around and saw a frightful monster. Hideous, still gives me the shakes. I give up. You young man, your parents was proud of you. I still have dreams of that demon child. Frightening. Why, you old... He's completely lost his mind. Gao, I'm gonna clobber him. Oh! I'm sorry. Father alive. Happy. There you go. So we at least know that Gao has a father out there, and he's plumb off his rocker, and also Gao has immediately removed his shirt. Say, is everything fixed yet? Alright. We're officially done with that guy, and I think that pretty much wraps up the story. Which means all I got left to do is go fight Kefka in his tower. Which I will not do now. I actually need to figure out where those last dragons are, too. Oh, God. But that's a good place to end this episode for now. It's a bit of a long one, but, you know, it's... we got through it? Sure we did. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. I have once again been your host, Joe, and I will see you next time.